Welcome to your February 2024 Pick a Card reading. We have three piles here. Pile 1 is Sound, Pile 2 is Sacred Wisdom, and Pile 3 is Soul Journey. So whatever resonates with you, and let's get right into pile number 1. Pile 1, thank you for joining me here. This is your February 2024 card reading. So these are the energies coming through from the Most High for you. There's a lot about getting your power back, getting your confidence back. We do have Become Your Own Sovereign. The Cyan card is talking about confidence as well. And you chose the Sound card. So I feel like part of this is really your truth, because we have the Three of Swords, and I think that's where the conflicting information has been with you. We do have psychic protection and using these psychic talismans to also support protecting yourself. We also have Defend What's Dear to You and Her Special Place, which is talking about creating sacred space for yourself to heal. And so I think with the Cyan card and the Sound card, that's the higher heart chakra colors and energy. So heart chakra, higher heart chakra, throat chakra, and getting your energy back around emotional manipulation, gaslighting. I'm seeing matrix systems and getting your truth back on that. There's some wisdom to be found here. It's like truly is your truth. I think you've been deceived or controlled by systems. And so the Three of Swords feels like more than just a relationship pain or some sort of suffering. It feels more like things that have worn down your self-esteem, self-worth, and really gotten in the way of, I think it's like gaslighting and persuasion, manipulation, something around that. So it could be like career related or something, the way you were raised, victimhood. So right now this month, and this seems very kind of like some deep work, but you're at the end of finding your voice in this and being independent from these systems, protecting yourself from these systems. So you could have felt very like survival mode and you couldn't get out of the matrix, for example. It's definitely a consciousness shift and a perspective. Um Instead of like, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm always, I always have no energy. I'm always depleted. I always have this health condition. I always don't have enough money. Like all that self talk, kind of like the programs you're even speaking into existence and telling yourself, it's so hard, everything's so challenging. It's to override all of that and become the leader, become your own sovereign, right? And also protecting yourself from those energies from mirroring to you, possibly, or trying to persuade you into staying stuck in a belief system or a life system, because I'm just feeling it more like our thoughts create our reality, our words create our reality. We can just harness this, and I know it's easier said than done, but it could be like maybe getting some support on this level, having more of a plan of action, some steps to take, some daily motivation, some affirmations, but more than just, saying an affirmation. It's like really speaking it into existence. It's a choice right now, is what it feels like. A choice for you to take back your voice, your truth, your power, your control, and be in a very strong stance with it, where it's like, I'm not going to go back to being that person again. This situation might happen in my life. It might not. It has happened before, but I'm not going to let that affect me any longer. I'm not going to let that take me down. At any time challenges come up, or there's some sort of loss or some sort of betrayal, or maybe a business deal gone bad, or a family member betrays you, and it's like, I don't want to get betrayed again. I don't want that situation to happen again, or I can't move past what happened to me when they did that, or I'm not able to recover up out of that thing that happened. It's like we have to stop. What it feels like here is to stop staying stuck in these sorts of things, and be more proactive with, okay, that happened. I'm going to take the lessons, take the soul growth lessons, and I'm going to do better. I'm going to do different. I was just hearing something today about how he was talking about life is like you create something and it plateaus and it's a success, and then there's a tower moment that comes in to collapse it, just so you can rebuild yourself better, and like this is kind of the cycles of life. Not saying like everything should be constantly collapsing and in struggle. I think it's more, if things happen, even if they're challenging, it doesn't mean your life's over or bad things happen to you, or that you're stuck or you can't come out of it. It's like an opportunity to put the fire under the butt, to come out of it, and to make changes and to take your power back and to do better, to ensure that you're way ahead of that situation. So if something like that happened again, it won't bring you down like it did this time, and it's like kind of like life, life, I guess, on some sort of level here. So maybe a coach is needed, maybe some sort of extra help or extra structure. It feels like a masculine energy or confidence, or I can do this, telling yourself daily, I can do this. I'm going to get this done. This is easy for me. Like, it's how the words you're communicating, it's the choice you're making first and foremost, though. And you can speak into existence what you want. So it might be important to like get clear on what you do want and set that intention. And how does that feel in your life to have that, So if you're stuck in a situation, well, instead of saying, I don't want this situation, or this is me, or I am that, instead figure out, okay, I want the opposite of that, or how do I get out of this? Where do I want to be from where I'm at today? Okay, set that intention. Where do I want to be in 1 year? January 2025. What do I want my life to look like? Or February, I should say. Now we're in February 2025. Where do I want to be in February 2025? Set that goal, make that intention, like really think about it. And you can even say, where do I want to be in 3 years, in 5 years? Like, where I'm hearing money manifesting with this as well. Like, if we don't have the goal, if we don't have the projected goal, we're not going to get there, right? So this is where it feels like a structure will be important, speaking it into existence with the sound. It's truly at the end of this Three of Swords and cleansing out that emotional pain, or the trauma, the hurt, the betrayal, and overriding that now. Like, you're not the victim any longer. And it feels like you need the masculine coming in here to fix this up and get this alignment and take charge, because the feminine's still healing. She still needs a timeout. She's still hurt. But the masculine can come in here and use his voice and set boundaries, set intentions, protect the feminine. Use your power, use your gifts, use your abilities, and make something out of this right now. And again, I'm just seeing it as like the pearl, like you're finding through whatever this has been, that you're finding you. So it's like you're finding a new cycle right now. This feels like the beginning of a new cycle that's here, and where you're the leader, you're taking charge, you're proactive, you're in control, you're doing it, you're taking the action steps, you're making it happen. You're not settling for a no, and even if there's a no, you keep going. If there's a rejection, you keep going. You find the plan B, plan C, you find the other solution, and looking at it as like, these things are only leading me to do it in a better way, a more quicker way, a more productive way, a more abundant way. And facing the challenges is like a good thing, just being like, okay, this is getting me to where I need to be, instead of this is taking me down. is kind of the idea, is what it feels like. And so if you maybe you need masculine role models as well to help with this, especially if you're in your feminine more, or you've been stuck in this feminine emotional state for a long time, and this is the way to pull yourself out of it. And you might need some external energies to show you how to, and I'm hearing Zumba class as well, maybe exercising, and moving the body, getting the blood pumping, like clearing out the blood, the heart chakra, the stagnation in the body, and emotionally detox the nervous system by exercising, by moving. That might be kind of the boost you need to get going here, because it feels like you've been stuck and you're meant to push through this now and not stay stagnant in this emotional, where you're isolated, you're depressed, possibly you're constantly healing the emotions. um it feels like now's the time to turn this around and make this your hero's journey, right? And move past to get to the elixir of this. Is I was just looking at the hero's journey last night, and the end's the elixir. So it's like the medicine that you need to heal the emotional body. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing is coming through here for you. And if you do need help to get this alignment, I do have shamanic healing sessions if you want a one-on-one session with me, and we can help heal and clear and align and activate and attune to support your energy alignment this month of February for you if you do need some external help. But definitely focusing on the masculine energy, getting that energy, that drive going. Even if it's a daily routine of exercising, and getting your energy up and feeling good on a daily basis rather than stuck on the couch, in bed, you know, depressed. It's time to get going, time to get moving. So, okay, thank you so much for joining me here, Pile One. God bless you and have a very blessed month. Welcome, pal, to You Chose Sacred Wisdom, this owl card here with the Flower of Life. We do have the blue color, which is activating your healing abilities. We've got the Three of Cups here, commune with your power animals. We also have Shine Brightly, Crystal Magic, and we also have Be the Powerful Space Between Opposite Poles. This just kind of reminds me of the Shamanic God Code Healer program we're in, doing level 2 right now. And we've got the power animals, the crystals, the earth healing, um, the wisdom. So this feels kind of shamanic in some sort of way. There's definitely help here. I feel like with the Three of Cups as well, like you do have support with you. You do have allies, power animal allies, the earth as your ally. You're connected with the earth as well. So I'm hearing like also the Kundalini energy and the masculine and feminine Kundalini. There does look like some sort of opening that's happening. It's like you're going through a portal this month. You're like at the doorway here as well. So you're meant to shine bright, and I feel like you're kind of at the end basically of this healing process as well. It's time to be happy and move on, and you have help and support to do it. Yeah, I'm hearing like the cycles have completed now. And that's between like you're holding space between all four directions, all four worlds. Feels like you've conquered, in shamanism we do the upper, middle, and lower worlds. It's like you've completed all three worlds and the old earth essentially here. You've collapsed timelines, like you've successfully, or you are moving it through this month. I do feel like it's connected. I'm hearing with the nodes, with the lunar nodes. So that's Aries and Libra, North Node Aries, South Node Libra. And maybe with the eclipses coming up and this lunar node cycle that we're in, that you're done. It's like your time to get your power back now and have fun again. I'm hearing you've attained the Christ consciousness here as well. You have your destiny is in alignment. I don't feel like there's anything like advice or anything challenging showing up this month for you. It's more like saying you have gotten the breakthrough, or you're at the breakthrough this month. And I do feel like you're gonna notice like maybe more number synchronicities, more omens, more information. Like you're surrounded by help basically, and guidance coming through your environment. And maybe spirit animals are coming to you. Colors I'm seeing as well could be important. Messages, maybe working with the crystals more, the crystals helping you more connection coming in with the crystals, something with the ocean as well. There's something with you as a star seed on this level. So I feel like you're more also connected to feeling at home on the earth because you've completed your part of timeline clearings and like Lemuria, Atlantis, the galaxy. So there's like no more karma to clear. There's no more, I'm hearing like the spine and the chakra system's also completing. So it sounds like you're going to get your awakening moving, like your Kundalini. So when we go through the Kundalini awakening, it's clearing out all the chakras, right? For the light column. So it sounds like the light column's all cleared up here as well. The energy can, like you're going to get into the toroidal field. The energy can go from the root up out the crown and circulate back into the root and go through the cycles on the left and right sides of you, right? I would say like you're one with God, you're one with the earth, you're connected between heaven and earth. You are the conduit. So it feels like the flow is finally there. You know, things are going to get easier, more aligned, like you're one with it. So there's no friction, there's not the duality, chaos, brain rewiring. Instead, you're just moving with the energies and more flow, more fluid with it all, more shapeable, like moldable with it. So there's not the resistance. I would suggest that possibly like the purging would stop for you. Like you're not going to be so affected by the death and rebirth process. Again, I'm hearing lunar north node. You might want to check your own north node and see what that means for you, Stargate. I am seeing like the Big Dipper, which kind of controls the caduceus order of the earth. Creates that. I'm hearing Navajo Indian tribe with this. Creates that swastika symbol through the four seasons as it turns. So like that's kind of the system we're breaking, right? Patternings of the old earth is what I'm hearing with that. So that's also, so it feels like if that was controlling the systems on the earth through the seasons, it can't control you anymore either, or your heart, like your emotional body. So you're not going to be so shy anymore either. That's where I think the shine bright might be coming in, and the Three of Cups, more social. Possibly you're sensitive to people and environments, and now it's like you can open up again, get out there, meet new people, be around more people, and feel maybe more protected. So like these power animals are really strong. It's like they're speaking for you, they're protecting you, they're like a shield. You're definitely downloading like wisdom, the sacred wisdom coming in. More information will be coming in. Feels very earthy and grounded, which is nice. So I think you can easily channel this information down and ground it onto the earth and maybe express it out onto the earth as well. And it's going to be communicated in an easy to understand way for people that's more earthy. So there could be like writing a book coming through for you. The way that you're stepping into this power now and wisdom, it's definitely like an upgrade or like a master level, maybe, let's say. It's not going to go to your head either. It's very like humble, and you're, I'm seeing it's like you don't feel like you're above anybody, even though you have that mastery, and maybe that will be more, you've achieved more than maybe the people, because maybe it's not quite common yet to have this level of mastery that you're attaining here, but it's not going to like separate you any longer. Maybe the initiatory stages has separated you, but now it's like you can come back into society, more integrated, basically. Like, I noticed in my own Kundalini awakening, through the whole process, so hard to relate and be human, and even just like pay the bills and like be responsible and function. It was just like hard somehow, because I was so like in this world, this Kundalini world and spiritual world, and so far out there all the time, and out of my body, really going through this process. And then you come back into the body and you integrate it, and you become of the world again. You know, you're in the world but not of the world, so it's like you can function in the world again, you can relate to people again, from a new you know. And it's like you know you're spiritually evolved being now, but you're able to interact with everybody, you know, equally, and it's not feeling so separate anymore. You know, like you're so different, you're the black sheep, nobody understands me. Like, we kind of can integrate that when the time's right. I think it's part of I feel like it's part of the process. You're meant to be shadow wounds, you're meant to be kind of taken to the wilderness, right, and go through all of that alone, and then come back and share that wisdom with the world, teach others. I feel like the scary hard part is over with it, and it's just going to get more fun now. You can enjoy it, you can find your own rhythm with it, you can do it your way. You know, it doesn't have to be so deep and complicated, either. So I feel like it's just time to enjoy life, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you know, all that you've done to get here, and honor where you're at. And there's also like uh, information to share with the world. So this might be part of the next chapter of your life, is, or like I'm saying, writing a book, or maybe sharing on social media, just more wisdom, more sacred information, your journey, you know, and help others through their awakening journey or their position that they're at right now. And it feels like an evolution, and also kind of a time that you're in for maybe a year to 2 years right now, and then things are going to change again. So it almost feels like the collective has to kind of catch up to where you are. That's why you can step into more of a mentorship position with this if you want, but at least hold space and embody. I think your energy is needed, right? Like, you can embody this being that you are now, and let that feedback, let other people pick up on that energy, at least, right? By being out there a little bit more, being a little bit more active and social in the community, even if it's like going to the grocery store more, you know, or being a little bit more social with family and friends, being at a restaurant, um, something where I keep seeing it as like friendlier is the words I'm hearing. I think it'll be healthy for you and healthy for other people. I think it's time to have fun. Like, just now, it's like you got mastery on so many levels. Like, you know how to handle everything here, and there's nothing to be scared of. There's not. energy vampires, there's not being drained by other people's energies, there's, like, I feel like all that stuff is kind of over, and it's time to look at this as fun and have a new perspective around this, and just kind of heal that last parts of you that's been going through this awakening process. And like, now it's time to enjoy it and how to live life your way, and it feels like kind of a game, like the game of life, and like you've mastered the game. So now you're going to come back in, not as a student, as the master of it. And you're more in control of it. You're more in control of your reality than you've been as well. And I think there's some kind of playing that chess game kind of idea that can be fun about this. I'm seeing an octopus entity now with that. Like, maybe you would get trapped up in the past. And maybe this is past lifetimes as well, because I'm seeing it's connected to like the Mer Kingdom energies. So maybe these have been cycles that have played out. But that's over basically here. Like, you're not going to get stuck or blocked or stopped any longer. You've broken free of all of that sort of thing. And so if that would have been what held you back, or not wanted to engage with people, put yourself out there, be seen, shine bright, because this is saying it's time for you to shine bright. So that means you are going to be seen, right? You got to heal that part of, finish healing that part of you this month, that's been holding yourself back. It's, yeah, I think it's like, I'm going to override that now, and I'm going to be in the driver's seat of it. I'm going to be in control of this. I'm seeing birthday time. So maybe on your solar return, that there, every time we have that solar return, we actually have a new 1-year natal chart plan, basically birth plan. So it brings new energies in. Maybe you want to do a solar return reading as well. So if that's coming up, you might notice that the energies are going to shift with that birthday to the next birthday as well. You have that 1 year of being in this position of being in full control over life in general. And I think it'll change as we progress. Like, so now it's like getting your confidence. This is where the shift is, getting your confidence and fearlessness. I think not even worrying about not having it on the radar so much. Of, I need to protect myself. I need to wear all my crystals. I need to sage my energy. Like all that stuff. I need to put the bubble of protection around me when I go out. I think like that is all good, and I'm not downplaying any of that, but I feel like you've outgrown that now, and you don't need to do that. And now it's like we're gonna align. Like, you're so protected here. Like, you've earned this protection. You've cleared the reasons for all of that. It's done for you. So it's not part of, yeah. So it's like shifting out of that now into enjoying the things that maybe you were once scared of because of energy or attacks or something along that lines, as well. And so just keep telling yourself, like, if your mind goes back to that no, that's over. I'm safe. Everything's good. I'm protected. I've got my team with me. I've got allies. Nothing can harm me. I can just walk this earth safely. Because that's what I see here most of all, is like your spirit, this owl, this cougar, leopard. It's like the earth, heaven, like crystals, your power. Like, you don't need to add any extra. Like, you've got it all already here. It's already done. So I think through the lunar cycles this month, this is going to come into fruition. So by the time we, what is it, Aquarius new moon, and then Virgo full moon, and then after that will be the Aries new moon. So you might notice with the Aries new moon and that lunar node cycle, Aries North node, that is you're gonna move forward after that Aries new moon in this position of power. Oh, I hope that makes sense. Pile number 2, thank you so much for joining me. Have a very blessed month. Take care. Welcome, pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me here for your February 2024 pick a card reading. You picked the Soul Journey card. We do have your destiny here with the Star card, that you are safe and protected. It's time for you to find your voice, your creative self-expression here as well. We got Mary Magdalene with Joyful Beginnings. The Lilac card, Strengthen Your Faith. And Fairy Tales, Letting Go, Detachment, and Moving On. So these messages, it is showing like you are proceeding forward here, healing, moving more towards your destiny. You have the beginning. It's beginnings and endings, basically, and moving through this process. God just wants you to know you are safe and protected, to remain faithful in Him. I feel like there's a lot of clearings out of the body happening on an energy level, like a detoxing, but I feel like it's like the body feels emptied out, the container feels emptied out, and it can come through like light body upgrades, but that's what you're letting go of and detaching from. So it could just be a lot of stored energy, negativity, stagnation, that is just releasing, and generally it releases through ascension energies, right? And so the body's like reforming itself is what I'm hearing. And after a huge detox, like for me, sometimes if I go through maybe 3 days of a huge releasing, all of a sudden I'll feel like just super light and emptied out. And I think we all know that feeling, right? And then that density will eventually come back, but we go through layers and layers of that feeling when we go through some huge clearings and healings. So that's what it feels like is going through for through your process this month of your soul journey, but you're meant to carry on. So it is speaking that you are at the end of a huge cycle. I'm seeing more about like manifesting energy right now. So this could be where the speaking, the creative self-expression is about planting the seeds. And what's this new beginning, right? What's this new cycle? Where are you going? That might be, instead of focusing on change and maybe fears around change and movement and cycles ending, you can focus more, put your energy more on where you're going and manifesting what you want to create in this new beginning. It's meant to be happy now, right? So we could have been through a huge releasing of relationships. I'm seeing a lot of like a romantic love in these cards, and so there might be a lot of healing going on from a partner or partners or cycles in love relationships that you're finally like able to walk away from completely, have a full detachment and move away from those lessons, basically the soul growth lessons. It feels like a lot of feminine creation energy is coming through for you, whether you're male or female. This feels like a huge, I'm seeing like the milk, that would be the pituitary gland. It's creation energy, right? Like, what are we creating here? So the ideas are formulating right now, and to be focusing on that, I think would be beneficial. It feels like a season of planting seeds. It looks also like I'm seeing Stonehenge here, but it feels more like ceremonial space for you. So it might be important to create some sort of oasis for yourself, or a sacred space for yourself, or maybe there's a spot. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple cards like there's some sort of circle or spot in nature, or even in your home. You can create kind of a sacred area, of this is where I'm going to sit down and journal daily, manifest, meditate. It's like a designated spot, and then add crystals to that if you want, or whatever kind of, some alien energy showing up here. Let's just see what that is. Some sort of like ancient alien stuff is cleared out here, so it feels like something that you've cleared out of your DNA, basically, with this. So yeah, it's ancestral. So you're really at the end now. You know, we're moving into this new age of Aquarius here, and us star seeds that came here to move this timeline shift forward, it's like we're getting a literal rebirth cycle. It's the second coming of Christ, you know. So we're coming out of the death, right? And now it's the new you, right? The second coming of Christ. This is your rebirth into as Christ consciousness, as a way shower, anointed. And this cycle is here, right? It's starting now. Probably with the equinox, we'll feel more like not so much that letting go, detachment, and moving on energy. I think you're at the definitely at the end of that. So the cord cutting, but what I feel like is going to keep you, is more beneficial than that, is focusing ahead rather than going backwards, right? And if you feel like you do need to do, or it's coming to your awareness, right? If you have dreams about something that you need to detach from and move on, or thoughts, like definitely put some intention into clearing those energies out. Otherwise, I would say it's about creating the life you want for yourself, your destiny. What is that, you know? And you're moving on with the new earth. The earth's protecting you as well. I feel like you've just cleared a lot of the feminine for the new earth here. So whether you're male or female, that seems like you've accomplished that. You've freed the feminine within yourself, and you're detaching from things that would suppress the feminine. So now the feminines, you're in the process of getting that back, finding your voice again, your creativity. So even like having some creative quiet time this month of a project, to create a project you want to do, that could be your sacred space, right? It's kind of a part of the healing process, is what it feels like, and time, because there's a timing involved here. So as long as you can shift your focus towards something then other than the letting go, the detachment, the moving on, the past, something that's keeping you more productive, forward moving, doing creative projects can definitely help clear the mind. Even exercising, right, clears the mind, opens the mind, allows for the new ideas to come in, and just making space, right? So if you can make space, maybe playing music, something creative, flowers, working with flowers, even making mandalas with flower petals, something like that. Feels like, you know, if whatever it is it's meant to take your thoughts, move your thoughts into the right side of the brain, the creative side, right? And then the downloads, the ideas are going to start coming through. Where are you going? What's to manifest here? What seeds to plant? What's your destiny? So it's all going to come through an open mind, that's not stressed out, worried, and overthinking too much. So whatever you can do to do that, and like not stressed, I think. So even if you have stresses or financial stresses, it's like not focusing on the stress, it would be focusing on the solution. Like, I want to manifest financial wealth, independence, that I want to be at this dollar amount. This is my goal. This is what I'm manifesting, right? And allow the journey to then show you what step to take, and then the next step to take, and the next step to take to accomplish that. But it's like being positively focused, not worrying that it's not going to work, or it's about being faithful and just trusting in God and the life journey and the soul growth journey. And none of this is meant to take you down. It's to help you grow and expand and evolve. And you can just choose to grow and expand and evolve right now with the energies that are happening, and have it come from a creative, abundant channel, right? Of you being in control. You're creating the life you want. You know what you want and you know what to create. And this month is about figuring that out, making space so that you can understand what you do want to create in this next part of your journey here, and this new beginning that's underway. Definitely involves bringing more pleasure, more feminine energy in, self-care, balance with that for you, which is different because the beginning of the reading was more about the masculine energy and bringing more masculine in. But for you, it's bringing more feminine in. So that's what the information I'm being guided to share. For you, pile number 3, thank you so much for joining me here. God bless you and have a very blessed month. Take care.